The fox jumped over something that was on the ground.
And then he said, why the fuck is this piece of shit on the ground? I was trying to get to where I was going.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. We're recording. This is happening right this second.
Great.
Yep. Adelaide, you're a friend of mine.
I think I am.
Yeah, you don't have a podcast? Is this correct?
No, I do not.
You don't. Did you even know what a podcast was before you met me?
Yes.
Yeah, because you had heard The Moth, right?
I had heard The Moth, and is Radiolab The Moth?
Radiolab is not The Moth, but Radiolab is another podcast.
And This American Life, is that the Radiolab?
No, it's not Radiolab, but I like where this is going because it's very confusing even to me. But no, Radiolab is a podcast. This American Life is a podcast, but I think it's also a radio show with Ira Glass.
And then I heard some podcast about Batman, who's not Batman, but a guy who can't see but does for echo sonar to be able to ride his bike in traffic.
I think I know what you're talking about, and if I didn't, though, that would be the most magical story I've ever heard.
That's pretty sweet.
All right, so we've established you're not a podcaster.
Yes, is that a requirement?
No. Are you a celebrity in any way?
Depends on who you're asking.
I think you're a rock star. But
Thanks.
Nope, you're just a friend of mine as far as I know, unless you've got some secret life that you do someplace else.
I do not.
You don't. All
Nope.
right. So you are an interesting person, though. You're probably one of the most interesting people I've met.
Thanks.
Yeah, does that sound pretty good to hear?
Well, it depends on what you mean by interesting, but I'll take it.
I mean interesting in the most positive manner. Like, I really I like hearing you talk, which is why I asked you to do the podcast.
That's flattering. Thank you.
Yeah. So why don't you tell us a little something about what it is that you do? Like, what do you do? What's your thing that you do? What is the thing? You know what? Don't answer that question. That's a fucking bullshit question. All right.
You can do better.
Here's what we're gonna ask. You didn't have a good day today. So tell me why you didn't have a good day today.
My day was fine. It was just the moment you walked in, I was pissed off because the refrigerator I want won't fit in the spot that's the right size for the refrigerator I want.
Is the refrigerator too girthy? Too long?
It is all of those.
It's too long and too girthy? See, I know that's a problem.
Yeah. So it is for refrigerator.
It is for refrigerator.
Mm-hmm.
What was so what are you going to do?
I was just going to bitch about it to you. But I told you that wasn't going to be interesting on here. We can do much better.
Yeah, this is not appliance talk.
No.
That's another podcast I run. No,
Do you?
It's not.
I would not be surprised.
No, but you did give me something yummy to eat as soon as I got in.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Describe that?
Yeah, it was rhubarb applesauce.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. So I moved into this house, and I did not know, but the house came with a neighbor. And the neighbor... That actually should be a feature. When people are selling their house, I feel like they should be like... a little bit of disclosure about the neighbors. I completely agree. And in fact, when I'm trying to rent a room in the house, I advertise what amazing neighbors we have. Mm-hmm. And when I meet them, I tell them about the neighbors, especially this one. So this house comes with a neighbor, and the neighbor is fantastic. In fact, the whole family is wonderful. So they go to the beach and they go fishing, and they bring me fish. And the neighbor will come over and he says, "Oops, I made too much food. Would you like some?" And sometimes he'll just come over with a bowl and say, "Hey, I made this for you." One time his 14-year-old son came over and said, "Hey, Dad made you some food." One time Dad came over and said, "Hey, my 17-year-old daughter made this for you." So anyway, this was applesauce made from the abundance of apples that are on the tree. With the neighbor that lives to his right, she let us pick all these apples, and then he turned it into applesauce. And he knew I'd never had rhubarb before, so he made this so that I could have some rhubarb.
So you killed so many birds with one stone.
I prefer to say feed multiple birds with one hand.
I like it. That's much better. It's a much nicer way to say that. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, and I think neighbors, like good neighbors, really do make or break a house. I have another story about neighbors. So my upstairs neighbor, not one upstairs from me, but two upstairs from me, is evidently a professional dog person.
What does that mean?
Yeah, exactly. She doesn't dress up like a dog. Like, that's not what she does. But what she does...
Wait, have you seen that show with Elijah Wood Is that his name?
Yes.
Where he's a dog.
I love that show
That's
so
brilliant.
much. It's so good.
So incredibly fucked up. And it's like, what was the person who wrote this thinking? And that's fine. That's acceptable. That happens. But then people decided to put it on TV and on like normal TV, like 9 o'clock, family gets together, decide between the Cosby Show and a show where somebody has a psychotic break and thinks that their dog is
talking to him, and the dog does drugs, and
and then they have to do whatever the dog tells. Oh, it's brilliant. So good.
I blasted through that series.
So this is your neighbor. Your neighbor is a dog.
So my neighbor is a dog dressed up like a human.
Okay.
And no. So anyway, she is I don't know, I don't want to say like a professional dog trainer. Those
sense.
are the words I'm trying to formulate.
Okay.
It took a long time. So anyway, so she's a professional dog trainer. So when you think about a professional dog trainer, you're thinking, this person's really good with dogs.
I would hope so.
Because she's professional.
Right.
She's paid for it. She has shirts, professional dog trainer, on the shirt.
Okay.
Lives 2 above me. I come home one day and my son goes, Dad, there's pee all over the outside on the patio. And I'm like, pee? No, can't possibly be pee. And I walk out, pee. And I'm like, what? Why she had let the dogs out and just left the dogs out on her patio and they peed and we had trickle down pee.
Oh.
Trickle down pee all the way down.
I hate that.
Yeah, so that's shitty neighbors. And then the other day I was sitting out on the patio with my daughter and we were sitting out there and the neighbor right above me comes out and dumps a bucket of water
on top of you.
On top of us.
Oh, brilliant.
And I'm like, my reaction is, what the fuck?
Is he cleaning off the pee?
Maybe.
I think so.
Probably. So anyway, that happens. And then my daughter makes a sound too. And he goes, oh, whoops. And I'm like, whoops is not the right answer. There is another thing that you can say.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's what you should be saying. But instead, my daughter, who just came back from the farm, and she's very much in that space of like peace, love, and happiness, which I love, and it's adorable. But she goes, "Oh no, it's okay," and I was like, "What are you saying? Don't say that's okay."
But it's water. It's not like it was pee.
Yeah. Okay.
And I mean, he might have been cleaning off the pee.
True.
And trying to help you clean off your pee as well.
That's one way to look at it. It was a couple weeks after.
Oh, okay.
the precedent.
The precedent.
But so dumped a bunch of water on us and then heard us. She says, oh, that's okay. He goes back inside. Then he comes back outside and goes, sorry.
He might have had a wife inside that told him to do that.
So I was like, I like motioned my daughter like, shh, don't say okay. I was like, thank you. Just let him know. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
No hard feelings.
Good neighbor training.
Don't dump shit on me.
Yeah.
Pee, water, otherwise.
Anything. Well, I have a dog pee story.
Oh.
Well, I'll tell. So there's a story.
Yeah.
There's a story that happened, I think it was probably about 10 years ago, or maybe 7 years ago, and I'm in Nicaragua setting up a trip. So I have to travel around.
This is the reason I find you to be the most interesting person in the world.
Just because it takes place in a country that's not the United States. Yes. That's all that has to happen to make it interesting.
Every story has, yes.
But all my mundane things also happen in other countries. Yeah. So
it makes it more interesting.
I've got some pretty good U.S. stories, though, but you might not find them as exciting. So I'm in Nicaragua setting up this program. So I have to visit all these different places. And
what kind of a program is it?
We're taking students down there. We are looking at, it's called the Roots of Rebellion. So we're trying to figure out why did peasant farmers pick up arms and start rebellions in Central America. So I have to find different places for us.
So you're terrorist training. I'm kidding.
If there's something to, the definition, what we classify as a terrorist might be something that somebody who shares a good political ideology with me would have. Not that I would ever use that term because it's a derogatory term used to describe whoever the enemy of the class in power is.
Right.
And then when they're not, they take them off that list.
Yes.
So we are, so I am accompanied by this guy that I'm dating. And I will have to say that at some point later on, you'll need to know this for the end of the story. Some point later on, I'm at my best friend's house and we're watching Borat. And I have got a mortified look on my face as we're watching it. And she says, she's looking at me, she's like, are you offended? Very confused because we've known each other forever. And she can't believe I'm offended by Borat. And I was like, no, I'm realizing I dated Borat. So this guy I dated, he's from Portugal and he has a very strong accent. And his accent and the things that he says sound just like Borat.
Yes, I think you need to go into this because I might have mentioned this on a podcast before.
Who might you have? Oh no! Well, I'm not gonna talk about the inappropriate things that he said.
Oh my God!
Because those were particularly hilarious. Yes, but now that it's associated with my name, I'm gonna keep that part out. You can continue to tell those stories, but for the sake of this story,
I think we did a sketch out in it.
Why did you tell me? How many sketches about my life do you have already?
No more than 3.
Okay, well, let me know which one so I can listen to them. So this is Borat character. So we're traveling around Central America, and while we're looking for different places to visit, we need to stay in, different places, and we have a very low budget. So I found a place for us to stay, and it's pretty cheap. It's $5 for the night for the two of us, and it looks fine. So we go see it during the day.
Which, when you spend $5 on something for the night, you have to feel okay with it, right? $5 is not a lot of money.
Well, we're in Central America, so it's
worth like $100.
No. But it's like a $45 a night.
Okay.
Place,
Well, even still, $45 a night.
Yeah, and this is for 2 people. So I think, I don't know, it's hard to say.
Right, we don't have to do the translation.
But I'd say, it's a good we okay. And it seems fine.
Yes.
But I wish I would have paid $7 a night for somewhere else.
Okay.
So we book it. We come back later. Let me describe it a little bit. It's got a center courtyard and then rooms built all around the courtyard. That night when we sleep in it, you see that the roofs are made of tin and the walls don't go all the way up to the roof. So you can hear everything that's on the roof. So anything that hits the roof, if it rained, it pounds. When when the sun comes up, it gets really hot. But you can also hear any sound that happens anywhere in the hotel. So there's really loud, like train snores, but you can hear when people open their bag of potato chips across the hotel. So it's a pretty horrible place in terms of sound. So it's this courtyard. We've got this room in the back left corner, and we put our stuff in there, and then we leave for the day. When we come back, the whole scene's changed. Whereas before there were folks that were riding their bikes around the country and just sitting out, eating their apples and peanut butter. Now it's just lots of older men drinking beer, hanging out, watching TV. But lots of men. So I have to go shower. So you leave the room to shower, and there's a bathroom. Without drawing a picture of this, how do I paint this for you? So there's a door that is just the door to the shower stall. There's no bathroom. It's just open the door and there's a shower.
Okay.
Right above that door is a TV. So there are, in this particular area, about 8 men sitting in a hallway with chairs facing the door that isn't a full door. That I have to open, go into, get naked, drape my clothes over the door, and take a shower.
They're just staring at the door?
But they can't see in, but I know they're there. Because they're looking at the TV above it.
Oh, I see. The TV's above the... Oh, yeah, okay, got it. Right, yeah.
And then I go in, and the floor is gross. The walls are gross, and the water... The shower, there's no shower head. So there's like a hose that would come out that would drip water, except it's only cut off about 1/3 of an inch after the wall. So basically the water trickles down on the wall. I catch it in my hand and then splash it on myself. So it's a pretty shitty shower. And then I have to come out, and you don't want your stuff to touch the floor, and it can bear, like, where do you put your stuff, and then your towel. So it's already pretty awkward. When I went into the shower, there was let me describe a little bit more about the room that we'd noticed. The bed is slanted heavily, about a foot difference from one side to the other. The pillows
from side to side?
Yeah, like the right side is a foot higher than the left side.
So it helps you roll out of bed.
Yes, exactly. It helps you in the morning.
Right, yeah.
And then it has pieces of foam, like small 1-inch squares of foam stuffing to make the pillow and to make the bed. So that's pretty not comfortable. Then we talked about the sound. Then the shower, and then when I come back, there's like a massive dead cockroach right at the door. Now, all of these things are totally fine with me. Like, I'm used to all of these. It's just put them all together. And my partner and I were fighting a lot that day, and I was just really annoyed, and I just wanted to be somewhere not bad. So I get to the room, and there's the dead cockroach right at the threshold of the door. And I walk in, and this guy looks at me, and he says, and we look at each other like, this place sucks. And he says, I am going to suicide. And I said, why are you going to suicide? And he says, because the dog walks right in the room and pisses all over your backpack. So this dog, I don't know where the hell the dog comes from, but walks right into our bedroom, looks at Tiago in the face, walks over to my backpack and pisses all over it. Like the entire thing. This is like my whole life.
Right.
This is everything I need for life is contained within this. And this is what I put on my person. I put this on my back every day.
Except for the clothing that you took and draped over the shower.
That fell.
Right.
That did fall.
Yes.
So now everything is gross. And there's no way to really like clean things well when you're traveling.
So wait, you're in the shower, you come out, your clothes are on the floor?
I dropped them on the floor.
Oh, you dropped them.
But that's neither here nor there.
All
but
right. Sure.
So then I look at Tiago and I'm like, why are you going to suicide? So yeah. That's my dog piss story. And then I had to carry a dog pissed backpack. For forever.
You're just lucky you spent $5 and not $4 because the $4 room was even worse. What would the $4 room have? What would make the $4 room the $4 room?
I'm trying to think what was the worst room I ever stayed in. I'll never know. I could tell you all the worst bus rides I ever had. I could tell you all the worst. But I don't know if I remember. I wanted to write a book called "You Slept Where?" ? And each page would be a different place that I slept.
Yeah, I think that's good.
There's been some good ones.
That would be really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just imagine like a $4 room would be like, you had the dog come in and piss on it. It would be like one of the old men come in, piss all over your. That's the $4 room.
Oh, that would suck.
Yeah,
that would suck. I did.
And he ate a lot of asparagus because that's the cash crop there is asparagus.
So actually, in this town, later on, I made a really good friend who lives right outside of this town, and she was telling me that some organization came in and said, "Hey, farmers, you should really sell a crop that's good for the global market." The global market right now wants eggplant. So grow eggplant. So
that's because they're misconstruing all these emoticons that people are sending out. Because the eggplant emoticon.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
You've never seen it? That's the substitute for a penis. Oh. It's the big purple eggplant.
I would say somebody should definitely go to the hospital to have that checked out if that's what their penis looks like.
Yeah.
I think we're sending mixed messages.
Wait, what are you trying to tell me?
I think you know.
It hurts.
Because that's like a penis and balls together. And like in the 40-year-old virgin when he thinks the condom goes around all of it. So they say that you should get a product for the global market. So everybody switches to eggplants.
Eggplants, yeah.
And then all of a sudden the market changes. So when they finally have the crop, nobody wants to buy eggplant, which is a bummer because they've been growing beans and rice and corn, things that they can eat. So now they didn't produce those, so they don't have food that they can eat, and they have all this food that they can't sell. And this food is a product they've never even fucking heard of.
Right. They don't know what to do with it.
They have no idea. And so there they make licuados out of everything. So licuados are smoothies. So they make banana smoothies, papaya smoothies, just smoothies out of everything. So of course they think, oh, this looks like a fruit. So they start making eggplant smoothies. My friend finds out, and she's like, oh no. And yeah, her family's from Italy, so she teaches them how to make all sorts of things. So now we've got this small little village in Nicaragua making amazing eggplant parmigiano and all of this stuff.
That's cool.
So at least there's a happy ending to that
Yeah, that's
story.
A happy ending. Mm-hmm. That's good. With the eggplant.
Yes.
It's a eggplant happy ending. Which now that you know that that's the emoticon for that, you're just going to think about.
I try to have not much to do with emoticons.
I know. I send you a bunch of them, and I apologize.
It's okay.
That's good. So, on that note, you've done a lot of traveling. Mm-hmm. You went 20 years without staying in a house, right? Didn't you say that?
That's not true.
Oh, that was a good story. That's what I tell everybody.
I know. It's 10.
10 years without a house.
Yes.
Without an apartment.
There were short stints of time where I had one, but I think the longest I had, like, one room with one bed that was mine was 3 months.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a long time. Mm-hmm. And you did that just because...
Because why not?
Yeah. See, that's kind of cool. Like, that's a completely different concept on life than what I had, which was you have to go get a job. And I think most of the people listening would be in the same position as I am, is, well, we had to do these things, but, like, you don't, right?
Yeah, and I did that. I did exactly what I was supposed to do, and I did it really, really well. Like, you're supposed to go to great university. I went to great university. You're supposed to get a great job. I got a great job. You're supposed to, like, have your retirement plan. I had my retirement plan. You're supposed to then go to grad school. I went to grad school. Like, I did all the stuff that you're supposed to do. Mm-hmm. And then I kept saying, well, when am I going to get to travel? When am I going to do what I want? And I realized there was no, like, there was none. Never. Nope. When you retire.
Yeah.
And there's really not retirement anymore. So I was just like...
You're depressing me at this
Yeah,
point.
I was like, this plan sucks.
I feel like I have to suicide.
Yeah, I'm going to suicide
I'm going to suicide now.
Yeah. I love how Europeans also say, like, I'm going to make a party. I'm going to make a shit. You know, they like the...
That makes way more sense than saying I have to take a shit.
Yeah, because where are you take it from?
I've always been confused. Like, why are you taking the shit?
Yeah, you're taking it out of the toilet, somebody else's shit. Like, yeah.
Should I leave it in there so that you can later on do something with it? Is it macrame? I don't know. What do you do with shit?
That's gross. Macrame shit. Ew.
Yeah.
I'm sure somebody's done
someone weird has done that.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
That's the amazing thing to think about. There's so many humans now that whatever weird thing you can think of, somebody's definitely done that.
That is a weird thing. And I feel like with shit macrame, like that would be someone who's like super duper like hippy dippy and is like, we have to use everything, right? Or a psycho.
Yeah.
Like those are the only two options you've got. Nobody's like... I saw this in Sunset magazine.
Yeah, I'm going to say hanging out with lots of hippie folks that use everything. They've heard of lots of people doing things with their period blood or with pee.
What do you do with your period blood?
You can use it as fertilizer.
I feel like there's a lot of things you can use.
Yeah, or somebody painted a picture of Donald Trump with their period blood. Somebody in Oregon.
Well, of course, someone in Oregon. What are you talking about?
But I don't hear of people doing things with their shit other than human manure.
Yeah, but human poop's not good for that, is it?
Well, human manure is human poop, but if you let it get hot enough, then it's great manure.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you have to let it sit long enough, get hot enough to cure.
Well, I guess that movie, The Martian, that book, The Martian, that's how he survives. He uses human poop. His poop.
Oh, I have a good human poop story. So I have heard this is true. I have done nothing to prove it. But there's this tale, and I'm going to totally butcher it.
Good.
But it's somewhere in Alaska, and there's this tribe up there, and I don't know when in history this is, but white folks are invading. So that was at any point in history.
Now. It's happening always.
So the white folks are coming. This is when they were taking all the native kids and putting them in like these boarding schools to whitewash them.
Okay.
And
or as we like to refer to it as the Lord's work.
Oh, the Lord. Praise be the Lord. So they were stealing away these little kids to take them to the Lord Jesus. Mm-hmm. And isn't Jesus the Lord's son? But the Jesus
it's
is
very
also,
confusing. They're supposedly all three the same thing. There's the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. We can get into a whole discussion about this. It's weird. I grew up with it, and I still don't understand
it. Okay, well, I grew up staying away from it. So that I could fill my brain with stories like this one.
Yes, good.
So this family... Okay, so the grandfather is going to fight them. And the children are like, no, we're not going to fight them. And they know that he's going to fight. So they take him away, and they put him in this really remote part of Alaska or extreme northern Canada. And he's there by himself, and he has nothing. He doesn't have his tools. He doesn't have food. He doesn't have the things that he needs because they know he'll come back and fight them. So they're going to come back and get him or something. Again, I'm butchering the story because I don't know how it goes. But essentially what happens is he doesn't have anything, so he shits. And he takes his shit and shapes it into a knife and then lets it freeze, and then, or a sharp point. And then he uses it to kill a reindeer or whatever they have up there.
Sure.
And then he takes the ribs and the skin and makes it into a sled, and then he gets another one and connects. Somehow he gets back, and he fights. I don't think he definitely didn't win the war.
That sounds like the worst superhero ever. He's got the sharpest shit, and he just throws shit knives.
But you gotta do what you gotta do, and that's brilliant. What do I have?
Story.
What do I have?
Yeah.
I have shit.
Yeah.
That's what I have. Like you're saying, I don't have shit.
Yeah.
But shit.
You realize
I do have the shit.
Yeah.
And kids try to do a lot with their shit.
Yes, a lot of. Fortunately, my kids were not fascinated with it, and didn't try to decorate with it.
My friend tells me this really disturbing story about when she was a baby. Her mom told her that she caught her eating corn from her sister's shit. That's such a disturbing story. Because you know how you don't like the corn stays.
Yeah.
Right? Oh,
yep.
God.
How does that happen? Why? Because I feel like I chew the corn.
But you don't chew all the corn.
Evidently not. I also wanted to try one time just like getting the corn like already taken off the kernel, just the kernels.
Yeah.
And just like having a glass of water and the corn and just swallowing all the corn without doing any chewing and just seeing if I could just shit a corn cob.
Did you really do that?
I want to do it. I haven't done it yet. I feel like that's something I'm going to have to like prepare for and have a camera ready. You gotta have.
Do you know there's a website called Rate My Poo?
I didn't, but it's a good thing there's private browsing because I will be all over.
And
website.
I told somebody this once, and they were like, "Rate my poo," and I was like, "Yeah," and they're like, "That's really upsetting," and I was like, "Yeah, but it's kind of funny because she's like, what's funny about that?" And I was like, "Well, because people put it up there and you can rate it," and she's like, "Oh, rate it?" And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh, I thought you said rape my poo."
Oh, I thought you said that at first too. But then I realized, like, there's no way that's the thing that's happening. There is a website, I'm sure.
So I don't know if I told you, but I grew up in North Carolina, and I told my best friend in high school, who's actually on Tiny House Hunters this week or something.
Oh, no way, really?
But so she was my best friend right before I went to college, and I was telling her about I'm going to this, because nobody heard of my college in North Carolina. And I said, I'm going to this college with this most amazing mascot. And she's like, no. I heard the most amazing mascot ever. And she said, yours can't be cooler than this one. I was like, well, my mascot's pretty cool. And she said, yeah, but this school's cool mascot is the banana slut.
The banana slut?
And I was like, the banana slut? What's that? And she's like, the Chiquita banana slut with the little like fruit on her head. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, it's the banana slug. And that is the school that I'm going to. But it's not the banana slut. Yeah.
The banana slut.
So, yeah.
That's fantastic. Did you go to Santa Cruz?
I did.
No way.
Yes way.
Did you know that I graduated from Santa Cruz?
No, you didn't.
High school.
I didn't know you lived there.
Yeah, I did. Huh. I was, a little known secret, I was prom king.
No, you weren't.
I was.
What?
Yeah, I know. It's something I actually don't believe either. Like it was.
How did it happen?
Here's how it happened. So we show up for the prom. I ended up. I wanted to take this girl, but she's like, I was like, so are you gonna go to the prom? She's like, no. So I went and found anybody else who would go to the prom with me. So that's what happened. So we get to the prom, and this girl like vanishes like immediately. Like I don't know where she went. So I'm hanging out at the prom kind of by myself because everybody's there as couples. So, but we get inside, and they've got the ballot boxes for who to vote for prom king and queen, and I'm like, ugh, these are the worst. Like all this is a popularity contest. All it is that, holy shit, my name's on here. Click.
How did it get on there?
I have no idea. So evidently I was like king of the dipshits. like I was the nerdy guy, but evidently people liked me because I was nice.
And you won?
Yeah, by like a landslide. It was awesome to hear. So like I win the prom king, and they have a dance where you have the prom king and the prom queen gonna dance together, and we get up to do the dance, and the prom queen looks at me and goes, "Do you go to our school?"
Oh,
true story. No, it was great. It was great.
So, I think we had prom kings and queens. I don't know. I was actually laughing on Southwest Airlines the other day when I was coming back, and he said this flight's going to be full like Olive Garden on prom night. And I laughed because I went to Olive Garden on prom night.
Did you?
And I know that's hard to believe.
That is hard to believe.
I know. And I was really excited about it.
Yeah?
I was so excited. I was like, I'm going to Olive Garden. It was a different world back then. So at my school, we did this thing called the carousel pageant. And it's a pageant. It's for girls only, and but it's for the highest ranking girls that have done the most community. So it's like
it's not like she's the most popular.
No, so it's about you have to be smart and community oriented, or I don't know, but because it's in the South, you have to dress up in a beautiful gown, and you have to look beautiful.
Yes.
So it is, it's a pageant, but a pageant for brains. Like, this is like how sexist is our world. Yeah. So I guess I qualify for it. So we had this whole thing, and then you got to like talk or whatever. So I go to the event, and I don't think I was wearing blue jeans, but I definitely wasn't wearing a dress or anything nice. Like, I went right from school, and everybody else was in these gowns. I didn't really understand what it was. Like, I just kind of...
Are these like Southern gowns with like the poof? And
they're not the poof, but they're pretty gowny. Yeah, but they're not poof. We did the poof for prom. I didn't, but my friend that I went with, she had a major poof the size of my head, like big purple poofs.
Oh my gosh.
So I get there, and all these girls are in these gowns, and I'm there just kind of wearing whatever I wore to school that day. And then they get up and they read their speeches, and they have these amazingly eloquent, memorized speeches, and I get up there and I haven't written shit, like nothing. I didn't get that this was a serious thing. And I stand up there, and I'm looking at everybody, and all of a sudden I've got a shit so bad. And I'm like, oh, fuck. So I just leave and I go home. And I run in the house, and because I was like, I'm not going to shit in public. At that point, I wasn't going to shit in public.
Oh, no, I'm with you on that. Yeah, I don't.
And now, if you got to go, you got to go. But at that point, I was like, I'm not going to do this. So I got in my car, raced home because I had to go, ran in the house, and my mom was like, how was it? How did it go, honey? I was like, I don't know. I left. I had to shit. She looked a little disappointed. But.
She's like, oh, it was the one time.
But it couldn't have been that big of a deal because she didn't go. Yeah, but I think she didn't understand what a big deal it was either.
Oh yeah, she's probably like, do they have a bus taking you?
Yeah,
great, take that, do that.
Yeah,
that's always my question: is do they have transportation? You should totally do that.
Transportation's awesome, children.
That's right. I have to take you
to your graduation.
Yeah, maybe
Uber.
Yeah, I'll call you in Lyft. My daughter did not walk.
Why not?
She's like, I don't care. And I was like, okay. You sure? Seriously, I was actually trying to talk her into it. Like, no, you want to...
I'll even drive you.
Yeah, I'll even drive you. And she was like, no, this must be really important to you. No, I'm just kidding. I sound like a terrible parent, but that's only half true. No, but she was like, nah, I just don't care. It's like, no, okay.
I almost didn't go to graduation in college. I was like, this is stupid. It doesn't mean anything. And then I went, and it was a really big, important day. And I was like, oh. Yeah. It's like, you get to feel proud of yourself, which I guess we say we want people to do, but we don't really condone it. It's like frowned upon if you're proud of yourself.
Oh, I think it's okay to feel a little bit of like, you did an accomplishment. Like, especially like college. I think college is one of those things. That's like a real accomplishment. High school, I can kind of see as sort of like well, you gotta do it, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's something you have to go do, and they have laws. Like, you have to go to school, you have to do this, you have to do that. But college is one of those things, like, I felt a lot of pride that day, and I unfortunately suggested people go to the graduation. It was a bad idea. It was a hot day, and all my parents did was complain the entire time.
No good.
Yeah, it was not good, but... But I got my diploma.
But diploma.
My diploma. Anyway. All right. So, sketches.
Okay, we still got to do that shit?
Yep. So here's the cool thing is like we had here's a couple ideas just based off of our conversation. And this is exactly how I want these to go. So the first one I've got is I like the idea of going and looking at the $5 hotel room.
Okay.
And then being like, yeah, but what do you have for cheaper?
Okay.
And one of us will be the person who's traveling. The other one will be the person who's describing. So we can pick out which role we want to pick. I like that one. I think that one would be really good. And that would be good for sound effects in the afterward.
I think you're biased.
No.
You're going to like the next one as much?
I like them all.
Okay.
I like them all. The second one I had was I like the idea of like the situation where you're in this pageant, but you don't realize you're in a pageant. And so you can have, like, you be in the situation where they're asking you questions and we'll just pretend you didn't go take a shit and that you actually participated in the pageant, right?
Okay.
We can do that one. I like that. What was the other one I had? See, I almost think, like, the eggplant one. It's such a good one. Like, you go in and you're like, we're going to save you all. And like the cash crop is this year's whatever it is. It's like beets. But then beets go out of... So they have to base their entire economy off of beets. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway.
I'm going to say the first one's going to be the easiest one for us to do.
No, I think the first one's going to be pretty
let's go with
solid.
that.
Okay. All right. So, all right. Do you want to be the person introducing the room or do you want to be the person traveling? It's entirely up to you.
I mean, I should probably let you travel, right?
All right, well, you can take turns. We can do you first and then me second. Okay. Oh, okay. So I'll be the traveler first?
Sure.
Okay.
Or you want to switch?
No,
if you can switch, then
we'll do it both ways. We'll do it both ways, and we'll just whichever one works out better. I think they'll both be fantastic.
Oh, so is this a competition?
No, it's not a competition.
Who's a better traveler?
Yeah, well...
Great, you're going to win. Let's do this.
All right.
I'm going to give you a really shitty room.
Good. That's exactly what we want.
Right.
So what we'll do is we'll start with the $5 room.
Okay.
And then we'll go to the $4 room. No, we'll go from the $5 room to the $3 room, and then the $1 room.
Can we have a I pay you room?
I like it.
Can I interject real quick and tell you, I once went to a bar with my friend, and he lives in this town in Antigua in Guatemala, and there is this new bar, and we all went. It was packed, and it was on like a Tuesday night, and we couldn't believe it was so packed in this like kind of outskirts part of town. And every time we wanted a drink, he's like, I'll go get it. And I didn't think he was paying for it because there's like ladies' night and you get like that's very common there. So I had a feeling that ladies would get drinks for free. So he kept going to get us drinks and you got to like wait in line and do all this stuff. So I was like, wow, that's really nice. So he's going to get us drinks all night. And then at some point we lost him. And so I was like, I'll go get us some drinks. And I got us drinks and they gave me, quetzal is the form of money there. And they gave me a quetzal for each drink. And I was like, what? And apparently they pay you to drink that night. And so that's why he'd been insisting on getting all of our drinks.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, so that's how, because they were like, we want our club to be popular. We want it to be packed.
That's
so
a good way to do it. You pay people to drink. That's, yeah, I think free drinks, that gets people there.
Yeah, but paying.
Giving them money to drink?
Yeah.
I mean, that's when history happens.
Okay, so can we have a $5 room, a $3 room, and then I pay you a $1 room?
You lead it. Okay. So you're leading this one.
And now I want you to lead first.
You want me to lead first? All right, so you're going to be the traveler.
Yeah.
All right. I have a feeling your version's going to be better. So that's good.
Well, I got to like pay attention to what you do.
All right.
I got to learn from the
That's
champ.
fair. That's fair. All right. In 3, 2. Welcome to our hotel. Can I show you to your room?
Yes, please.
Okay. Now we have a couple selections of rooms. How much were you looking to spend tonight?
I was thinking about $5.
$5?
Yes.
Oh, well, for $5, follow me.
Oh, great.
Here is our $5 room. Notice it has a bed.
Ooh, I wanted one of those.
Yes. Did you notice that it's only slightly damp?
Oh, great.
You are sound American.
Yes.
Are you used to having running water?
Yes.
Fantastic. If you look over here on this wall, notice how the water is running down the wall.
Oh,
it is running water specifically for you.
Beautiful.
Yes. What do you think about this room for $5?
I love it. I love it. I am feeling a little low on funds right now, though. Is there any way that you have something for $3?
You want to see our $3 room?
Oh, yes, please.
Okay, follow me. All right. Here is our $3 room. Now, the chickens, they will not disturb you throughout the night, but they will cluck you to sleep.
Oh, okay. Great.
Yes. And I know that the other room had a mattress, a bed, if you will. But this one, the straw was fresh just 2 weeks ago.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
Yes. And I know that you're used to certain accommodations in America. But if you notice over here in the corner, there is a table. What do you think of this table?
Tables.
Look at this table.
I like tables.
Yes. The table is petrified from previous tenants.
I don't think I understand.
They have to leave a shit. It's a table created organically from.
Oh, and this room only costs $3.
$3 for this room.
Oh,
watch where you step. The chickens.
Oh, okay.
How does this room sound?
It's okay. It's fine. I'm just feeling really, really tight on cash. Do you have anything cheaper?
Of course.
Oh, great.
Follow me. Right this way, we have a room for a mere $1 American dollar.
Oh, I only have to pay $1?
$1 for this room here.
Okay.
Follow me down here. No, keep following. Yes.
Okay.
You may have to duck here.
Okay, I'm ducking.
All right. Yes, you'll have to get on your stomach and crawl.
Okay, I'm crawling.
Okay. All right. Through this door here.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead in.
Great, I'm in.
All right. Open your eyes.
Oh. Well,
Yes. I know that the grease trap doesn't seem like a very good room, but I'll tell you what, it's the nicest accommodations we have for $1.
Okay. Well.
The only other room we have for $1 is the presidential suite.
Oh, can I see that?
I can show it to you, but I'm just going to warn you, since Donald Trump became the president, it is not very nice.
I guess I'll take the grease trap.
All right, there you go. So that's one. So, yeah, now it's your turn.
Oh, it's so much pressure, Stu.
No, it's not that much pressure.
You're
And
good
here's
at
the
this.
best part. Like, if you need to pause, you need to stop, the magic of editing. I make everything funny at some point.
All right. Just trying. I wonder if
It's okay that I took my pants off, by the way, is it?
you
Is it
didn't.
okay?
You didn't, Stu.
Oh.
You didn't.
I try to get... It's an audio podcast. They have no idea.
No, yeah, we have to tell them the truth. Keep it clean for the kids.
Yes, keep it clean for the kids.
All right.
No kids listen to this.
So I'm kind of wanting to try to think of things that I've had to encounter.
I think
like
that's
real
why I
things.
think.
So I kind of want to make
better.
this real.
Okay. Do
so
you want to
it's
write stuff down? Do you need to?
That'd probably be helpful. I feel like it's cheating, though.
No.
Are we gonna edit out the fact that I'm
Yeah.
cheating?
You do realize this is not live.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a hard time. I had a hard time explaining this to my.
You can keep in the part about the fact that this is all. I'm gonna do true stuff, though.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me write some stuff down.
Okay. Cool. In the meantime, I'm gonna talk to everybody out there. Hey, you know what you should do is if you're not doing anything right now, you can on your phone, even when you're driving, on your phone, if you tap on the artwork, if you're on an iPhone or even an Android device, I think mostly Androids as well, if you tap on the logo for the episode, it'll pop up with the show notes. And down at the bottom of the show notes are all these great links on places you can go to rate us, like on iTunes, There's also really great places to go if you want to check out our website, sketchcomedypodcastshow.com, which is a beautiful website. I've worked really hard on this website to make it look really pretty. It's got all of our artwork, which a lot of times you don't even get to see our artwork, but there's some pretty good artwork. I really like the It's All in the Arm artwork because it has truck nuts on it. So truck nuts are great. And you can also, if you're feeling real crazy, actually subscribe to our podcast for free, or you can become a super fan, like our friend Bob, superfan Bob, who actually subscribed twice because he likes our show so much. But you can go there, subscribe, and at some point we'll start doing some extra special things. But we need to get some more subscribers so that there is some incentive to do that. And if you'd rather not do that and you'd rather go and give us $1 a month or more on Patreon, please do so. A lot of new equipment was just bought. That was all out of pocket. It cost me about $500 with all the hosting and whatnot that I have to do for this podcast each year. So it would be really neat to get a little bit of help. And I know that you hate ads, and the best way to get rid of these ads is to throw some shekels my way so that I don't feel like I have to do the whole PBS give me money thing. But give me some money. Give me money. All right. Enough really bad voices. I did do an accent. I think I held the accent for a while, too. That wasn't too bad. I'm really just trying to fill up space while Adelaide's writing stuff down. Yeah, real quick, I'll just explain to you how I met Adelaide, because she had one of the funniest statements about me, I think. I was perusing OkCupid at one point, and her picture of her falling off of a cliff, it looked like, was, or emerging from, or falling off a cliff. And so I said, oh, I like her. She seems interesting. And her statement to me was, yeah, I wasn't really sure if I was going to reply back to you, but you were persistent. So I was persistent. That was the thing. I think maybe that's how I won the prom king, too. I was just persistent. How's it going? You got a list?
No.
It's going to be good. Whatever it is, it's going to be good. You got a train in the background? That's when you know it's authentic. Oh, while you're waiting, I'm going to grab my in here. All right. Whoops. No, now I'm echoing. Hold on a second. We're going to stop.
Okay. Okay.
You don't feel great about this. Okay. You sure you can have more time if you'd like.
No, well, if it's no good, it's no good. I just don't have enough. I couldn't think of enough things.
Oh, in this case, you can if you can think, if as you're talking, you can think of one thing worse, then throw it in. If not, don't worry about it. It's probably going to be just fine. I think that first take was really great. Yeah. But I think this one's going to be even better.
Well, we'll just go with your, if this is no good, we're just going to go with yours. But, so this one.
Yeah, of course.
Of course. But this one's real. So I'm just going to do things in here that I have had as a place that I've stayed before.
Perfect.
Great.
Okay. So, I'll do the.
Do I need to have a accent like you did?
You need to do whatever.
Should I do Borat?
If you can hold it.
Maybe I can. Okay, I'll try.
All right.
Okay, you'll come visit me in Ukraine.
Way better if you can. Okay. Ready? In 3, 2.
Hello, sir. Are you coming for a hotel room?
Yeah, I am. You have a room for tonight? I'm really stuck. I didn't get a reservation at the Holiday Inn.
I love to help you. Of course we have room.
There is no Holiday Inn here, is there?
I don't pay attention to holidays or inns, but I have room here.
Oh, thank God. Okay. All right,
great. How much money you have?
I'm traveling college student. I've got, hold on. I think I got about $5 I can spare for a room tonight.
Okay, great. No problem.
Really?
I have dorm room for you. That okay?
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Follow me up these 30 flights of stairs, please.
30 flights?
Please, follow me.
Okay, I'll follow you.
Okay, we have arrived. Welcome to the room. I'm sure you're happy to see there are 25 beds in room.
There are a lot of beds in here.
And it is fine. You are number 37, but it is okay. What you do is when you come back, you find empty bed, you sleep.
Okay, there doesn't seem to be any empty beds right now.
But that's okay. People go out, they have fun, they make friends, they stay in friend bed. You take whatever bed left. Okay?
How often are the sheets?
Don't worry. And when you sleep, don't mind if your person next to you is sleep masturbator. Some people have that problem. They don't know. They will wake up not know in the morning. You just close eyes, pretend like all good, okay?
Actually, I noticed I need to eat tonight.
Oh, okay.
Is there any? Do you have a room that's a little less?
Yes. Follow me.
Okay.
Okay, let's walk. We walk through hallway. Please try to ignore drunk girl on Valium throwing tampons at you. She just does every night. Just ignore. They're not used. Don't make big deal, American. They're not used.
I just wasn't expecting that.
Okay, so this room I think is lovely. Bed has sheets cleaned once a week, no problem.
Okay.
You have no comforter, but you have sheets. And I show you bathroom.
Oh, this is actually kind of nice.
Okay, great. You like?
Well, yeah. Show me the bathroom. I guess.
Well, so the bathroom's pretty good. We have flush toilet. You like flush toilet, right?
I'm a big fan of toilets that flush.
So good. We even have we have toilet paper roll, but we out of the toilet paper.
I have an old T-shirt that's not working for me. So
don't worry, there's no toilet seat on toilet. It is fine. And just ignore the pee and the pubic hair on the toilet. It's okay. It's not going to bite.
I got kind of a toilet thing. Is there any other rooms?
Yes, I have one more room.
You do?
Yeah, this price special for you.
There's a special price?
It's a special price.
It can't be more than $3. I really can't.
It's okay. We pay you $1.
Wait, you pay me?
I pay you?
Yeah, let's take a look at this room.
Let's go. Oh, fuck. I step in dog shit in the room. Every time I come in, there's dog shit on the floor. I'm sorry, but I step in it so it's easy for you. Come on in.
Oh, thanks.
So, this room not have the... It's okay. The smell, it'll go away. This room's not have same kinds of bathroom.
Okay.
So this has a hole in ground with piece of wood and little 2-inch by 4-inch hole. So you have to you squat and aim poop well, okay?
Okay.
But the trick is don't look down.
Don't look down?
If you look down, you might see all the cockroaches that curl up with the shit on their little legs and then crawl on you. So just don't look down, okay?
Will they still crawl on me if I look down?
This is a matter of luck. It's maybe lucky day. You'll find out.
Oh, man.
Best part of room that we pay you $1 for is that you have private masseuse. She's Turkish woman. She's very old, has very large breasts, lots of facial hair coming down, and she massages you in her granty panties, but hits you with a large breast when she's giving you massage, and it's very hard massage, but it must be done in front of many people.
But you're going to give me $1?
I'll give you $1, and I know you type of person that like. You take this room?
I like.
It is yours, sir.
Perfect. All right. See?
Yeah, great.
You did great. That was fantastic. All right. So, good. What do you think? That was not hard. You were nervous about this.
We're done. We're good.
We're done. All right. Well, thanks so much.
Yeah.
You want to say goodbye?
Bye.
Bye.